Welcome to That's My Biz, the Internet Business Showcase, where we bring exposure to products, services, and special causes of local businesses and organizations. Thank you so much for joining us. We are coming to you live from the BizLynks TV studio. Brought to you by Biz Site Names. Hi everyone, welcome to another episode of That's My Biz. I am Pamela Alexander, your host, and as always excited to spotlight these great businesses and organizations that we meet, and we have a very special guest with us today, Miss Cheryl Mason. Thank you so much for joining us, Cheryl.
Thank you, Pam, for having me.
Absolutely. To tell you all a little bit about Cheryl and her business, Lynn Writing Boutique is a professional writing, editing, and consulting business. Their mission is to provide personal and individualized writing solutions to professional women in need of assistance in developing a dynamic written presence. Lynn Writing Boutique incorporates writing services to empower women to achieve a professional, personal, social, and business written identity. Cheryl Lynn Mason is the owner, writing stylist, and director of Lynn Writing Boutique. Cheryl holds a master's degree in English and teaches composition and writing at 2 major universities. She has a wealth of writing experience on multiple levels. Cheryl Lynn has worked for Fortune 500 companies such as IBM, the Coca-Cola Company, Accenture, and Atlanta Committee for the Olympic Games. Cheryl's personal approach will unveil your dynamic written presence, creating an impressive image. She avails herself to her clients to ensure that they have every advantage are in a position to soar. Great information. This is a unique business, a very special business. But first, Cheryl, tell everyone what writing services do you provide?
Well, I provide a multitude of writing services, but my main focus is on women who are non-native English speakers.
Okay.
Also, developing web content.
Okay.
Or revising web content, writing bios, and I have an a la carte, what I like to call an a la carte menu, wedding vows, love letters, personal notes, personal emails, that kind of
So
that
just
kind of writing.
All about the content. And I heard for websites, because so often websites, they truly need more powerful content, especially when it comes to really reflecting the true essence of their business. Now, on the writing for the women and those especially that are not English speaking, where English is a second language.
Yes.
First, let me ask, why do you focus on women?
Well, I think that the market today is very competitive.
Okay.
And as women, there are more women in the marketplace. There are more women entrepreneurs.
Okay.
And I feel that my business can help them achieve success by providing them with a professional written image.
Okay. So now what about those that have English as a second language? What's the special focus there?
The special focus there is while one can fluently speak the language, it is totally different writing the language.
Okay.
And I teach online, and I can immediately identify my second language speakers.
Okay.
I never see them, but I know that they are second language speakers from their writing.
Okay. Now, do you find, is it the sentence structure or using the proper words or terms, or
Combination of all of the above.
Okay.
There's a combination of all of the above.
Okay. So now, how do you end up working with them? Because you're working with them from the writing side. Does it also spill over into their actual presence and what they're sharing verbally when they're face to face with people?
Well, no, not from my perspective.
Okay.
My perspective is focused strictly on the writing presence.
Okay.
For example, a resume. They may want to, you're out looking for a job and you want your resume to be as clear and crisp and professional as you possibly can, because that is often the first and only opportunity you have to impress.
Okay. So before they even get in front of someone, you're helping them with really making that impression.
Correct.
In advance.
And working with authors, writers, editing. You know, the book is there, the material is there. It just needs to be massaged and put into the correct format and using the correct grammar.
Okay. And then do you do the editing as well, or just the writing and then it still goes off to an editor for the authors?
No, I do the editing.
Okay.
You know, the work comes to me written, and then I will edit it.
Okay. Okay, wow, that is awesome. Now, tell me what is unique. I mean, we've already heard a few things just in focusing with the women businesses and in focusing on our people that have English as a second language. What else makes your writing boutique unique?
I think the fact that I am not a content writing meal service.
Okay.
I am a boutique.
Okay.
And that means specialized, individualized, and personal.
Okay.
And that's what I feel writing is. You can't write, I can't write for an audience of people. That is not my intent. My intent is to work with women one person at a time. I mean, I will have more than one client at a time, but I'm not going to have 20, 30, 40 people just for the sake of the money.
Right.
I want to be able to really, have an impact on how they present themselves.
Okay. Take us through a bit of your process when someone would come to you. Kind of what's the initial process that they would follow? What are you looking for from your clients?
That's a very good question. And I'm going to go back to an example I recently had, or a meeting I recently had with a client. I need to, it's hard for someone to call me and say, well, how much will you charge?
Right.
Without seeing the project.
Right.
So I met with I typically want to meet with a client and identify the work, the job, depending on what it is. Let's say it's a novel.
Okay.
I want to meet with the client and identify the job. But if it's a resume, you can, I have a form. You can send me information about your personal yourself, and your business experience, or you can send me a resume, and then I will edit it and work with it from there.
Okay.
So it's all about communication first, and then we determine how we want to move forward.
Okay.
It's not a matter of me having a on my website I do have a contact me, but it's more, I find that it works, my business has worked best by just individualized interaction, finding out what everyone needs. For instance, I revised some web content for a client, and she gave me her website. I went to the website, saw what I had to work with, and we went from there.
Okay. So with that, oftentimes you kind of get into the inner workings of their business in order to improve the content that's out there for their site.
Exactly. I recently worked with a young lady who owns an eyelashing business.
Okay.
And she's training. She has a training manual, and I edited her training manual, and that was a lot of fun.
Okay.
Because I learned a lot about lashes.
Okay.
Now I'm working on a makeup manual. Editing her
Fantastic.
makeup manual for
Okay.
her. She wants to include that as part of her training package.
Okay, great. Now, you have a vast corporate background as well that I mentioned in the bio. Now, tell me how that has helped you with your current business with the Writing Boutique.
I think that just the ability to be professional, the ability to articulate, the ability to market my business, and be knowing how to approach someone. Some people, it's all about approaching, communicating, and marketing.
Okay.
So I think that everything that I've done, I use some aspect of that in my business.
Okay, fantastic. Now, I've seen a lot of interesting content that's out there. Of course, being tied more with email marketing, with the websites, and so on. Do you work with individuals? For example, a lot of people have profile pages like about.me pages. Is that something that you work with them on as well, with helping them rewrite kind of their own bio?
I will. I do. When people, it's hard to really just narrow what I do.
Okay.
Because, I want to edit web content. That's one thing that kind of got me started with this. Because reading content on websites, if it's not written well, then I'm turned off immediately.
Exactly.
So I'm going to go look for somebody else.
Right.
So there was a need there. My teaching experience allowed me to identify a need there.
Okay.
So I can't think of anything that I would not work with,
Okay.
but I want to say that there's a caveat there. It depends on what it is.
Okay.
It actually does. So web content, bios, wedding vows, love letters,
Yes.
applying the MLA and APA writing format to academic, to theses and dissertations.
Okay.
Can you see how it runs the gamut?
Tell us a little bit about that, because of course, we just start writing. We don't really think about all of the mechanics behind it and the logic behind it. So tell us a little bit about those terms that you just mentioned.
Okay, MLA is an academic term for, it's an academic writing style.
Okay.
MLA stands for Modern Language Association.
Okay.
And I'll use myself as an example. When I wrote my master's thesis, I was required to use the MLA format.
Okay.
So it's a specific format. It's a specific way you format your citations, the paper itself, headings, everything. And I prefer to work with the master's and doctoral students.
Okay.
Also, American Psychological Association, APA, which is the most common writing style. Students struggle with applying the writing style, although I guess because it's once you learn it, it's easy, it's simple, but they fear it. And especially when you're writing a dissertation, a document that important, it has to be perfect. When I wrote my thesis, I hired an editor. And I didn't have any editorial rewrites.
Wow. Oh, that's fantastic.
So,
I wouldn't be able to say that.
but I didn't. I hired the editor, but because I did hire the editor, when it came to my committee reviewing my paper, I didn't have they didn't come back with grammatical format rewrites.
Okay, so they can really focus on the content.
Right, focus on the content.
Okay,
and the format is essential. It is critical. You will get it back if it's not formatted right.
So now that we're in a world of social media and so everything seems to be just speaking your own voice. That's not necessarily what we really want people to do all the time. Is that right?
Not all the time.
Okay.
And you have to identify that. You have to know when it's formal, when it's informal. I think that's very important. Depending on the website, you want the writing to be casual, but you want it to be grammatically correct. And in the world of social media, I think that, again, it still depends on the image that you want to project.
Now, tell me a little bit, just what inspires you? What inspires you especially to really contribute to the success of businesswomen or women in general?
Well, I think the fact that I am a businesswoman. And there's camaraderie there. You meet people. I have a service that you need to help you grow your business. You have a service that I need to help me grow my business. And I think it's all about networking. And when I find someone or meet someone that I can help, that I can be a blessing to, then I want to do that. And I find that I get the same in return. And it motivates me to want to continue, especially with writing. I enjoy writing. I like writing. I hate math. But there are many people who feel the same way about writing as I do about math.
Right, I'm the math. Give me the math.
No, give me the writing.
We're perfect match.
And I've been able to help people. It's not like I'm just stepping out there and trying to figure out this on my own. I've already done some of that.
And that's fantastic, because that just tells us there's a business for everyone, and people are able to take the areas that they may not be as strong in. Like myself, it's not writing. I can write, but it takes me a long time to do it compared to someone that really has that skill set, and bringing in someone like you to take on those particular tasks so that I can focus on what I'm more strong in. So definitely for everyone, it's something that you really need to stop and consider. And there's someone out there for you. We have Miss Cheryl Lynn right here for you. Now, before we go, I want to ask a piece of advice that you would give women when it comes to creating that just total professional image.
Well, women want to look nice. We want to look pretty. Your hair is pretty, your dress is pretty, your nails are done, your shoes match your outfit. But when I go to your website, what will I see? What is your written image? What is your written presence? How impressed will I be? And that's what I want to do.
Wow, that is fantastic. And it does make such a difference because a lot of times that's the first impression before they actually even do get to meet you or see you face to face.
Correct.
So that's fantastic. So now, what are some of your personal goals and aspirations, and where do you see taking Mason Lynn Writing Boutique?
My personal goal would be to continue to grow the business.
Okay.
I would like to do some writing workshops, resume writing workshops, public speaking, because I want individuals to understand, ladies to understand the importance of having a written presence. It's something that people tend not to think about.
Right.
But I want to bring that focus back to the significance of it. And again, as I said, I want to be a blessing, as well as have a very lucrative, successful writing business.
Absolutely. Well, we definitely want to support you in that. And before we go, tell everyone how they can get in touch with you.
Okay. My email address is Cheryl, CHERYL, at MasonLynnWriting.com. And I can be reached by telephone 678-471-9869.
Fantastic. Thank you so much for joining us, Cheryl. We appreciate
Thank
your
you.
time.
Thank you.
Hopefully everyone out there, you've learned a little bit more about another service that you can really take advantage of to help your business grow and to really take your professional image to the next level. So make sure that you reach out to Cheryl and learn how she'll be able to help you do that. Until next time, everyone, this is Pamela Alexander with That's My Biz. You can catch us and the on-demand episodes at www.bizlinks.tv. And remember, we want to expose your business to the world. Thank you for joining us. Today's show can be viewed on demand on our website at www.bizlinks.tv. If you are interested in having your products, services, or special cause showcased on our program, submit an inquiry to That's My Biz at bizlinks.tv. In addition, information on advertising and hosting your own show can be found on our website at bizlinks.tv.